By age 65, 1 in 3 adults already has signs of clogged arteries. No chest pain. No warning. Just quiet narrowing. Deep inside. And most people don't even know it. That's what shocked me when I saw the numbers. Because for years, many older adults tell me the same thing. They eat okay. They walk. They go to their doctor. But their legs feel heavier. Their hands are colder. They get tired faster, even after a full night of sleep. And it's easy to blame it on aging. To say, well, I'm just getting older. But that's not the full story. See, your arteries are not just pipes. They're active tissue. And with time, inflammation, fat buildup, and calcium start to line the inside walls. That's what we call plaque. It doesn't happen overnight. It builds slowly, year after year, like rust inside a water pipe. And here's the scary part. Most people don't feel anything until things get serious, until the heart is struggling, the brain fogs up, or the legs go numb. But what if I told you there's a way to help clear some of that buildup? No, not with a miracle cure, not with expensive supplements. I'm talking about something already in your kitchen. 3 everyday vegetables that can help reduce inflammation inside your blood vessels, that can improve circulation, and over time, may support your body's natural ability to repair those inner walls. And we're not talking theory. These foods have real research behind them, backed by real numbers, and results you can feel, not just read about. So if this is your first time here and you care about your health as you age, consider hitting subscribe so you don't miss future videos like this. Now let's talk about what these vegetables are, and how they can quietly protect your arteries from the inside out. Kale is not just a trend on health blogs. It's one of the most powerful vegetables you can eat for your arteries, especially if you're over 60 and starting to feel the effects of poor circulation. Let's talk about why. As we age, the inner lining of our blood vessels, called the endothelium, becomes less flexible. This layer is what allows your arteries to expand and contract as needed. It controls blood pressure. It signals when to repair damage. And it decides how smoothly your blood flows. But under constant stress from high blood sugar, poor diet, or lack of exercise, that lining stiffens, inflammation rises, and small cracks begin to form. That's where cholesterol and calcium sneak in and build plaque. Now here's where kale steps in. Kale is rich in natural nitrates. When you eat them, your body converts these compounds into nitric oxide, a molecule that helps blood vessels relax and widen. That means better blood flow, lower pressure, less strain on your heart. In a 2012 study published in Nutrition Research, older adults who drank kale juice daily for 12 weeks showed improved coronary artery elasticity and a reduction in LDL cholesterol. That's the kind of change you can feel in your energy and stamina. But there's more. Kale is loaded with vitamin K. This vitamin plays a key role in guiding calcium where it belongs, into your bones, not your arteries. Without enough vitamin K, calcium can settle inside artery walls and harden them, a process called vascular calcification, a slow, dangerous shift that often goes unnoticed until damage is done. A research article from the Journal of Nutrition in 2017 highlighted how diets rich in vitamin K significantly reduced arterial stiffness in aging adults. Kale offers a concentrated source, especially when steamed or lightly cooked. It also contains sulforaphane, a sulfur-rich compound shown to reduce oxidative stress. That's important because free radicals, if left unchecked, damage cells and speed up arterial aging. One small example: a retired teacher, age 70, added kale to her meals 4 times a week. Within 2 months, she noticed fewer cold fingers in the morning and better energy during her walks. That's the kind of real-life shift we're after. Now, let's talk real-life use. You don't need to eat kale every day. Start with small, steady habits. Steam it gently to soften the texture and reduce bitterness. Add it to vegetable soups or mix it into stews. If you prefer raw, use baby kale in salads with olive oil and lemon juice. That helps your body absorb the fat-soluble vitamins. The point is not perfection, it's rhythm. Your arteries respond to consistency. A few servings per week is enough to send the message: rebuild, not decay. And remember, when blood moves freely, everything changes from how warm your hands feel, to how steady your heart beats, to how clearly your brain thinks. Kale may be humble, But in the fight against silent artery damage, it's a warrior worth having on your plate. If kale is the warrior that opens your arteries, then broccoli is the craftsman that repairs them from within. What makes broccoli so powerful for circulation is not just one nutrient, but a combination of compounds that work together to protect and restore the fragile inner walls of your blood vessels, especially in older adults. Let's begin with one of the most researched compounds in broccoli, glucoraphanin. When you chew or cook broccoli, glucoraphanin is converted into sulforaphane, a natural molecule with remarkable anti-inflammatory effects. Chronic inflammation is one of the most damaging forces inside your arteries. It makes the endothelium, that thin inner lining of the vessel, more vulnerable to injury. Over time, this inflammation allows cholesterol to stick and harden into plaque. Sulforaphane helps quiet that inflammation before it causes permanent damage. A study published in the journal Atherosclerosis in 2014 showed that sulforaphane actively reduced levels of vascular cell adhesion molecules, substances that allow white blood cells to stick to arterial walls, triggering plaque formation. The reduction in these molecules is a sign that inflammation is being brought under control. But that's just the beginning. Broccoli is also rich in fiber, especially soluble fiber. This type of fiber binds to cholesterol in the digestive tract and helps remove it from the body before it enters your bloodstream. Less circulating LDL cholesterol means less raw material to form new plaque. In a clinical trial published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition in 2016, participants who ate a diet rich in cruciferous vegetables, including broccoli, had significantly lower levels of oxidized LDL, which is the most dangerous form of cholesterol. Oxidized LDL is more likely to stick to arterial walls and spark inflammation. Broccoli also contains lutein, a carotenoid more famous for its role in eye health. But studies have found that lutein also accumulates in artery walls, where it may help reduce stiffness and protect against damage caused by free radicals. In aging arteries, stiffness is a major concern. As vessels lose elasticity, blood pressure rises, and circulation becomes less efficient. Lutein's antioxidant properties may play a role in slowing this stiffening process. And finally, broccoli is one of the best natural sources of vitamin C. This isn't just about immunity. Vitamin C is essential for the production of collagen, which helps maintain the structure and flexibility of blood vessel walls. Without enough of it, arteries become fragile and more prone to micro tears, the starting point for plaque buildup. What makes all of this more remarkable is how accessible broccoli is. It doesn't require any special preparation or rare ingredients, just regular servings, prepared well. Steam it lightly to preserve the sulforaphane. Add it to stir-fries with olive oil and garlic. Blend it into soups or combine with sweet potatoes for a heart-healthy side dish. The flavor is neutral enough to pair with nearly anything, and the benefits go far beyond what you taste. The truth is, no single food will erase years of damage overnight. But when you give your arteries the right tools, anti-inflammatory compounds, antioxidants, fiber, and essential nutrients, they begin to repair, adapt, and flow again. Broccoli isn't just a vegetable. For your arteries, it's medicine that comes on a plate. And when it becomes part of your rhythm, your body knows exactly what to do with it. Of all the cruciferous vegetables, cabbage is often the most underestimated. It doesn't carry the same reputation as kale or broccoli. It's not flashy. It doesn't appear on trending superfood lists. But in the world of vascular health, cabbage deserves a much closer look. Especially if your goal is to support clean, flexible arteries after 60. Cabbage is densely packed with anthocyanins, particularly the red and purple varieties. These plant pigments are powerful antioxidants. They help neutralize the free radicals that cause oxidative stress, which is one of the leading drivers of endothelial damage in older adults. When the inner lining of your arteries is under attack from oxidative stress, it becomes more permeable, more inflamed, and more prone to attract cholesterol particles. Over time, that leads to plaque buildup and reduced blood flow. Anthocyanins calm that storm. In a 2013 study published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition, researchers found that higher anthocyanin intake was associated with an 11% reduction in the risk of coronary artery disease. The participants weren't taking supplements, they were simply eating more anthocyanin-rich foods, like cabbage, berries, and eggplant. But cabbage doesn't stop at antioxidants. It also plays a vital role in detoxification. The compounds in cabbage stimulate phase 2 liver enzymes, the exact enzymes that help your body break down and eliminate toxins that would otherwise burden your blood and vessel walls. In older adults, liver function often slows. That means more circulating waste products, more inflammation, and more pressure on arteries to do double the work. Cabbage supports the organs that clean your blood before it even reaches your heart. Cabbage also contains glutamine, an amino acid that may help reduce gut-related inflammation. This matters more than most people realize. When the gut lining is inflamed or compromised, a common condition in older adults, it allows inflammatory molecules to enter the bloodstream, raising overall vascular stress. Supporting gut health means supporting your arteries, too. In 2021, a Korean study, published in Nutrition Research and Practice, found that fermented cabbage, such as kimchi, significantly improved lipid profiles and reduced markers of inflammation in older adults with metabolic syndrome. These findings suggest that even traditional ways of preparing cabbage can have measurable cardiovascular benefits. She was 74, with high blood pressure and mild leg swelling. After including steamed cabbage in her meals 5 days a week, her doctor noted lower systolic readings and less fluid retention by the 3rd month. Now, how should cabbage be used? Steamed, sautéed, fermented cabbage is versatile and forgiving. Light steaming preserves antioxidants while softening the texture. Add it to soups, fold it into stir-fries, or stuff it with lentils and spices for a hearty, blood-friendly meal. Fermented cabbage, like sauerkraut or kimchi, adds probiotic support, especially when eaten in small amounts with meals. One important tip: chew it well. Cabbage contains sulfur compounds that activate as you chew. These compounds help with detoxification, but can also cause gas if rushed through the digestive system. Taking your time improves both absorption and comfort. And don't be afraid of repetition. The healing compounds in cabbage work best when they appear regularly. You don't need large portions, just steady presence. When you think of vascular support, you may picture pills or expensive therapies. But sometimes, it's the simple, consistent ingredients that speak loudest to your body. Cabbage may not demand attention, but your arteries know exactly what to do when it shows up. Changing your circulation does not require dramatic overhauls. What your arteries need is consistency, a rhythm your body can recognize and build upon. That's where the real transformation happens. This is not a strict diet. It's a weekly rhythm built around 3 vegetables: kale, broccoli, and cabbage. You don't need to eat them all every day. You just need to give your arteries a steady supply of what they need to stay flexible, clean, and well supported. Here's how to do it. Start with kale. Pick 2 or 3 days in the week to include it in your meals. If you're new to kale, baby kale is softer and milder in flavor. Add a handful to scrambled eggs, blend it into a smoothie with berries and almond milk, or stir it into vegetable soup before serving. The key is to cook it lightly. Steaming or sautéing in olive oil helps reduce bitterness while preserving the antioxidants. You don't need large portions. Half a cup, a few times a week, is enough to make a difference. Next is broccoli. Aim for 2 to 4 servings across the week. You can steam it as a side dish, roast it with garlic and olive oil, or toss it into a stir-fry. The important part is not to overcook it. A light steam for 5 to 7 minutes preserves the sulforaphane, the compound that helps calm inflammation in your arteries. For those who enjoy soups, adding chopped broccoli to a lentil or split pea soup is an easy way to get your weekly intake without even noticing. Now let's add cabbage. This one is especially helpful for older adults who want to support detoxification and reduce oxidative stress. Plan on including it 3 to 5 times per week. You can slice it into thin ribbons and steam it for 5 minutes with a touch of salt, or stir-fry it with a little sesame oil and mushrooms. Cabbage also works beautifully in broth-based soups or as a filling for wraps. If you enjoy fermented foods, a tablespoon of sauerkraut with your lunch or dinner adds probiotics and flavor. And here's the most important part. Don't aim for perfection. Aim for presence. If all you do this week is add 1 new vegetable to your routine, that's a win. Next week, add another. Let your body adjust naturally. What matters most is that your arteries receive these signals week after week. Anti-inflammatory compounds, antioxidants, fiber, and natural vascular support. Support your circulation with food your body recognizes. Nothing fancy, nothing complicated. Just a quiet, steady rhythm that lets healing happen, one meal at a time. By the time most people realize their arteries are struggling, the damage has already been building for years. But that doesn't mean it's too late. Your body was designed to adapt, to repair, to respond to the choices you make every day. Even after 60, your arteries are still alive, still listening. Every time you eat something that calms inflammation, that supports detoxification, that feeds your blood vessels with the right nutrients, you're sending a powerful message. You're telling your body it's safe to rebuild. That's why these 3 vegetables, kale, broccoli, and cabbage, matter more than they seem. They aren't magic, but they are consistent. They work in the background, silently, steadily, like nature intended. And the truth is, the body doesn't need miracles. It needs rhythm. It needs honesty. It needs care. This is not about becoming perfect overnight. It's about showing up for your health with small, daily actions that add up over time. A handful of steamed cabbage here, a bowl of broccoli soup there, a kale salad on a quiet afternoon. You are not powerless in this process. Every positive step counts. If you've watched all the way to this point, thank you. I don't take that lightly. Your time is valuable. Your health, even more so. If this video helped you, even in a small way, please consider liking it and sharing it with someone you care about. And if you haven't subscribed yet, go ahead and join us. We have more science-backed, heart-centered health content coming your way every week. Your arteries may be quiet, but they are not forgotten. And with the right support, they can still flow strong, just like you.